How's it going, Farhan? How's it going, Easy? I wanted to start the stream way earlier, but I ended up getting caught up. Well, no, I was just lazy, but Lucy, I have thoughts of like making like a cool like an actually like polished like video talking about it. And if I were to do this, then I would like write the word exhaustion in fancy letters and then like have the babbles shine. Just like flash briefly. Did I watch CTM today? I know the winner. I did not watch. I've unfortunately been slacking in that regard. You are free to spoil for me. How's it going, Cole? Memes first finals, let's go! Dude, I don't feel like I've tapped that much, but I swear it's had an impact. I want to make sure that like the math isn't like blatantly wrong. When I tested the like mega early version in the Seattle meetup, we found a bug that I had where levels would start transitioning every single line clear at level 26. We also found a bug where the transition sound... I also like discovered a bug where the transition sound was really messed up. You can find that in the ROM packing channel. Oh, frame perfect misdrop. Yeah. I will read chat once this finishes. Yeah, that really hurts. What is this ROM hack? Well, let's try to take a look at it, see if you can figure out what it's doing. Oh, that's... yeah. I'm so conscious of my slow taps now. Oh, no. I want this to go to the end. Oh no! Am I gonna get punished? Okay. Yeah, I lost a couple thousand from that, probably. It's not Python. It's a completely different language. It looks like it uses intents like Python, but yeah, it's using rewrites, which is actually very, very nice. It helps. Now that I have like all the work done on that, like apart from like minor bug fixes, I think I was able to prototype some stuff very quickly. One of those things was part of the reason for the stream delay. Oh god. Okay, let's make it to level 30. Alright, level... Okay, whatever. Close enough. Oh, what the heck? Okay. I thought I fixed that, but... oh well. Mike's cutting... oh, I know. I placed it by my voice. Lua was like for testing, but it's purely an SFAB. Yeah. So what happened was that this mic has like its capture area, I forgot what it's called, was literally behind me. Yeah, easy. So the reason it says Python, this is where the reason it says Python is because GitHub doesn't know what NSFAB is. So the only like real language, at least one that it can detect, is Python. So it just says 100% Python. Okay, cool. So we had 89 inputs, and you can see there was a total penalty of 8,900. So yeah, it's actually not that bad. Okay, I was just playing bad then. Okay, that's actually quite good. So the way that it works, that I have it right now, that I wanted to like sort of beta test, was that each normal input costs 100 points. All right, and if you are within 20 hertz of your previous inputs, and this is left and rights, then that is an additional 100 points to 200 points total, and then 30 hertz movements cost 300 points. So what this means is that you get like penalized for going like super fast. Can I show roll 29? I can't do 29 starts on this. I haven't sauced it up that much. Full actual release ROM will like actually have like menu options and ability to practice on like any level you desire. But I figured it was more important to get the core mechanics in. I will be rolling right now. Let me get my... I guess it would be useful to test out... Oh my god, what did it rise? That's interesting. It would be useful to test out 29 starts just to see what the impact is, but yeah. I'll do a full roll. It's penalty points at the end again. No, it applies throughout. You'll see. Okay. So, you gotta work on your extended taps on 19. No, I was not extending tapping at that height, man. Okay, I'm liking this new value. Oh god. This controller's not great for rolling, so... Or at least I haven't really broken it in, so I'm not gonna be playing great. But what I really care about is just seeing how many inputs are used. Are you serious? By the end of like a full game, so... I'm thinking I do a bunch of full rolls, and then... Yeah, it's... Oh, that's hard, okay. So one of the metas is going to be like learning how to one-hand stas, I think. So that you can just like switch like that. But then that's going to lead to misdrops. People will not have time to properly adjust. So I'm just like rolling. I'm not trying to like target any specific speed. You can sort of see the score jump by more than 100 points, and that's because I'm going fast. So if I try and like go a little slower. Oh wow, that's actually really brutal. Okay. Perhaps I do not need to make it this harsh. Or perhaps this is fine. Yeah. So at the end, we'll see how many points I lost due to penalties, along with like the counts of like how many of like each type of penalty I incurred. Oh, what am I doing? So in case I haven't told you already, somehow this is what we're going to be doing for Boston. And I'm trying to be very vocal about it before we make the official announcement. We're still working getting like the rooms confirmed. I think I need to be more nervous about that, actually. Oh my god. It's so bad. Okay. 100,000 points. Okay, that's... honestly pretty close to where I wanted it. Okay, good number of inputs that's weren't counted as 30 hertz. That's nice. All right, but about... if we lose the 20 hertz penalty, then that gets bumped down, what, like 25K? And then if we pare down the 30 hertz penalty a little bit, so I think that could actually feel good. Early January confirmed. It's I would have really liked to have this taken care of them now, but like I'm having to reserve things asynchronously, and that's tough. Punished for being good at rolling? Yeah. Well, then what happens when you reach level 29, and then suddenly the only way to get points? You can't do it with Yas. The people who win this competition are gonna be the ones who are good at both, and that is exactly the way I want it. Am I trying to make scoring even with Das? Yes and no. So on the one hand, I want the balancing for full roll versus full Das to be about equal going into 29. Maybe give Das like a little bit of an advantage would be nice, but I think that might just happen naturally. But then once you get to 29, regardless of what playstyle you're using, if you want to survive, then like you have to roll. So then what that means is that you either have to grip switch or just do something of that kind. Here, let me see. Yeah, thanks for the sub, Adurka. Just saw this. Higher hertz. It's low-key doing too much. Why would you say it's too much, Cold Bucket? What if this is what I want? It's a lot more than I'm thinking. So the target that I want, this is what I've been saying, is that I want a full roll game to lose 200k points by level 29. Gutlook says the red when it goes down is hard to see. Okay, that's fair. It makes the numbers look weird for me, but I can still read them. But there are lighter colors. I wanted it to be noticeable. Actually, when Zero was the first person who tested it, he did not realize that the numbers were turning red. Like the guy does not look at his score at all, apparently. Are 18 hertz inputs and 5 hertz detracted the same amount? Yeah. 18 hertz inputs don't exist, though. Because I'm only looking at the interval between like the most recent 2 taps. So it goes 30 hertz, 20 hertz, 15 hertz, 12 hertz, 10 hertz, etc. The original goal was to make everything cost 100 points. All right, but like the super early estimates seem to indicate that that was maybe not as harsh as I was wanting. I tried this, figuring that it would probably overcorrect, and now we can work on balancing it towards the middle. This is why we are testing not 2 days before, but instead 2 months before the events. 27 hertz, 5 tap. It's going to get subtracted 1,400 points. I think 1,300, actually. Because, yes, no, 1,200. And the reason for that is that the first input is always 100. Because I think, yeah, because entry delay happens. You're guaranteed to, like, have a cooldown. And what the cooldown means is that, like, when you make your very first inputs, like the first of the 5, then that isn't tied to anything that happened before it, so it just counts for 100. I don't want to make it too complicated. I think if we try and like make the balancing perfect, like absolutely perfect, then it sacrifices understandability for the audience, which I think Speed Hack shows the upper limit of like what can be comprehended there. You know, actually, I wonder if this harsh of a penalty is actually fine. Because one, like, rollers can, like, learn how to roll slower, right? So that's part of that. That's considered technique. Spacing out rolls is important. You don't need, like, 15 hertz. You don't need more than, like, 15 hertz for, like, a very large majority of, like, forward heights. Oh god, I'm just really bad with rolling right now. Yeah, you want to win this, then you figure out a way where you can comfortably dash and roll, like, without needing to switch grips, pretty much. I, like, kind of have that, but I'm not confident enough in mechanics. So stuff like quick taps, but I can switch immediately. That might not be enough. My April Fools. Thank you so much. It's the best video I've ever made. So I'm always happy to see people respond to it positively. Oh jeez. Hyper-aggressive dash roll hybrid. I think given a year to prepare, and like people who are actually grinding it actively, then yeah, it would be really good, but then the other factor you have to consider is how good can you get at this in 2 months? And like you, like being like you, I imagine it would take like 2.5 weeks. But even so, do you feel that confident to full send it? You know, I'm not decided on like whether I want to give out first taps for free, as in like legitimately a 0-point penalty for those, because it benefits my personal like DAS. But I don't know whether that's not, I don't think that's like a good reason. Wow. I wish I had a real-time display of the penalty, but I don't know if I have my code to be optimized enough for that. Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's just figure this out. 135,000 with like a decent amount of like DAS portions in the middle. So this will still be like extremely bad pace actually, but Entry delay is free. I'm talking about like if you decide to like do an extended tap to like charge DAS, I think that can be the most extremely consistent. I do this pretty regularly. It also allows limited adjustments without like feeling penalized for it. Yeah. Feels like it levels the playing field more. Right, I don't know. It's a tough act. Like, if you are like a roller who is complaining because now you lose to DAS players, then that is like, I think that complaint specifically, that's on you. Get good. But I do want to make it feel like not completely oppressive, you know? I don't really get the reasoning to encourage slower rolls because it's fun. I mean, it makes rollers have to like try harder. And you have to try harder at all levels. Like, you have to try harder to be the DAS players. You have to try harder to be the other rollers who are thinking about the same thing. Because rolling 15 hertz rolling is so hard, man. It's so hard. But I think if you could do it, you'd be really cool. Try harder to be worse. That is such an archaic way of thinking. All right, how is it worse when it gives you more points? I say Aikido. Oh wait, you got on me for pronouncing this wrong the other day, didn't you? IB. So yeah. Okay. Wow. That's pretty insane. Like, I'm clearing. This was not happening in the previous iteration. I think I am clearing lines and still losing. Okay, for my own like personal education, remind me how like you're supposed to pronounce it. Yeah. Oh. Oh my god. Dude, I'm actually so bad now. Yeah, I'm toying with the idea of a 100, 150, 250 for the penalties. So like for this example, that would okay, 134 times 50 is like what, 7,000, 8,000? No, 7,000. 7,500? Yeah. Which is not that much. But if you're like actually trying to go like Omega fast. This minus five filling outside the box. I might turn it into just a normal 7-digit style thing, but I did do that for the comedy. See you. Okay. See you, Kudo. So one of the other things is that I wanted to guard against like rollers like figuring out how to DAS except for certain situations. So the idea is that if you can control your rolls outside of like higher situations, then like you should be rewarded. But if you're like saving the rolling for very specific moments, then I want those specific moments to have more of an impact. So this is why like having 30 hertz be more punishing is good for that. Because if you're high up, then you're probably going to be caring less about like managing your speeds. Yeah. Okay, the other like tragic thing is that there are so many things that I want to do with this just to like make it visually cool, like give the tournament its own identity. But all of these things completely kill Nestress champs. Like already, this is a ROM hack that will not work with Nestress champs because I have made the piece statistics box grayscale. All right, the way Nestress champ detects the colors of the board is that it looks for colors in very specific positions on the stats panel, and that's not there. So I might have to revert it, or I like figure out how to make Nestress gems better, which I will be looking into. But like also like other things that mess with Nestress gems. The score turning red. I imagine it is not calibrated to detect red numbers. All right, Yobi was like, I was telling Yobi about this idea, and he was like, yeah, I think Nestress gems has this assumption that the score never decreases. And because of that, there is a protection where like it tries to like protect against miscalibrations, where if it measures a score that's like less than something it's already seen, it just won't do it. So I need to figure out where that is and like get rid of that, and then pray that everything else doesn't break. Could I change it that only the score text is red instead of the numbers? That is a great idea. I think I should do that. Thank you. All right. It would also fix this like annoying thing I had where like the minus sign is for Nest reasons like more difficult than you would expect to like also turn red with the score. So yeah, I like that a lot. Cool. Thank you. Okay, let's try a level that maybe I can play. Yeah. Oh yeah. Also. Oh yeah. I turned off AB select start because it's a tournament ROM, and I don't want people doing that. It doesn't display on stream though. Yeah, but it shouldn't. We can, in theory, do that externally. Like I don't think it would be impossible to like have Nestress champ detect that the score decreases and then like have like an animation for that. Yeah. A foolproof way to not lose points on the very first piece. Just drop it flat. Now people have to experiment with different openers. Oh my god. That assumption is why Alex got 64 million. Yeah. And I honestly think maybe it shouldn't exist in general, just because of situations like that. Like I don't know what Ansel has done for his resiliency code, but apparently it is generally good. Does Das in the first piece? Oh, what happened there? The first piece at all to a position cost? You can get around that. So if I start at 9 and move to 8, now I'm holding 8s. And I press start, no cost. Oops. Let me top that. Huh? Oh, it doesn't work! Because, it's checking for exactly 8 plus start. Okay, I can fix that. Okay, so that doesn't work here, but... Oh, okay, I just need to fix that. But you can also just dead drop, is the thing. So now people will have to deal with alternative openers. Which is another bit of spice that I kind of like. Oh wait, this is the point where I should be adjusting. What am I doing? Yeah, I think I made suboptimal placements there because I was afraid to like do anything that might incur an adjustment. because I'm afraid of losing like a measly 100 points. Even though it honestly does not matter for Das. Like, this is like the 19-star game that I did at the beginning of the stream. I broke Das a lot there. And I was trying to do so somewhat deliberately just to see how much it actually affected me. It was, what, like just under 9,000 points lost. Compared to somebody going full roll, that's going to not be all that much. Taking the 100 for better opener, but I don't think it actually matters. It doesn't matter either way, to be clear. Like, I think dead dropping pieces would be good. I'll make it so that you can prep. I think I can make it so that you can prep a direction on the menu screen. I think that is slightly fun. But I do also like the idea that, like, oh, you're just starting the game. Like, you will just start the game naturally and then you immediately lose points. It might encourage you to top out early instead of trying to live if you know you might lose. It might. I think that's kind of cool. Flashes of Tetris Effect connected strats. I had thoughts of making the kill screen be not anything that like increases the in-game difficulty, but I start scaling the penalties by ridiculous amounts. So this would force players to choose when to strategically top out to where they think they have the highest score they could possibly get, given the current penalty. But I think this might be just the slightest bit unfair for people who don't have the opportunity to practice using like a flashcard. But just like imagine the possibility of like playing Tetris, and then like being ahead and then not realizing that you're ahead. Is it worth it to try and dig or not? Yeah. And you know, honestly, I think 100 might be enough to where this actually matters, to where this is actually like a viable option. But I do kind of, I do also like encouraging efficiency in this sense. Is it worth it to try and dig it out? Yeah. I guess there are a lot of things that like inherently you can't really figure out without getting first-hand experience. But on the other hand, the very, very strong game plan is always going to be the same, regardless of how we balance it, which is play Das, then switch to roll. Alright, and this is honestly all that I care about at the end of the day. As long as I'm encouraging a specific type of play, and then the balancing does not matter as much, so long as it like still encourages people to play the way that I want. So yeah, honestly, I think I will switch it to 100, 150, 250. Yeah, and then yeah, that's actually good. Then we can make a double kill screen. I was also thinking about making level 18 100 lines so that games could go a little bit faster. But I think that might nerf Das a little bit. So, as in, it becomes harder for them to gain a lead. So I don't know if the time save is worth it. Like, the advantage would be that like I want to do a lot of matches on the weekends, and we might not have the most time. Call formats, what do you think about specific punishments placed on your playstyle? I was just going to do some of like best roll game and best DAS game. Or specifically best DAS game and best open game, I guess. So with online calls, this is pretty verifiable. I do want to try and have in-person calls. so I think we just do honor system based off that. I see no reason that people would try and game it, because if you are a known quantity, then you will be qualifying online anyways, because you have the ability to qualify online, and I know this. Yeah, average of 2. Maybe roll score is worth like 75, 50, or 75%. Just to account for the variance, the difference in like variances between roll and DAS scores. So yeah, quick taps are worth 200 points instead of just 100. Unless you're like, you have like this extremely specific situation, but usually you don't. I have not seen anybody like actually try this in game. Okay, cool. I might actually get a max out. That's always so painful. And I'm gonna try grip switching. It is not imperative for me to practice because I'm not playing in my own tournaments, but I was the original grip switcher, so I feel it is only right that I actually like give it a fair shot. Yeah, I think slow taps like that are generally worth it just because you might die and you're getting a Tetris. Yeah. So, who's excited for Austin, everyone? Oh, no! Do we switch now? Okay, we're good. I guess that's the other like cruel thing about using DAS is that you don't have time to grip switch. Unless you're like really insane. Which could be hype, Now we might lose the max out into kill spree. No, but I can switch. Let's try and see how this plays out. Oh, I'm losing coins. Oh no. Oh no! Oh! Okay. Oh, this is actually kind of hard for me because I do it like this. So I think I have to go like here and then move under like this. So I need this hand to be like above. Interesting. A rolling grip I use sometimes is really similar to my roll grip. Book that room, bro. I'm trying, man. I'm waiting. We have, I think, the Sunday room confirmed. Saturday is still in flux. Taper still needs to. I think he submitted. I hope that he submitted the forms and sent the emails that I told him to. Is there a 39 cap? Yeah, I think 39 cap just for simplicity. Please third the fourth. I'm trying so hard. Like I really do not want to back out on it because I have been telling everybody to do that it will be third or fourth, and it's already so close to the deadline right now. But yeah, okay, so that's actually quite good then. Yeah, like, so you can do that. But I think some people will choose to take the take the 100 at the beginning. Some people might try to work around it to get the immediate advantage. I I just think that's interesting. I think there are like all these microdynamics that like may not have like a massive impact on the game at the end of the run, but kind of gives insights into the playstyle, mindsets type things. How did I get 50,000? Did I take a triple? That's such a weird point. This seemed like a fun format as long as it's properly balanced. Oh, okay. I'm convincing you. Yeah, how's it going, Andrew? I'm testing out the Frostin' ROM hack. Ah, man. There's a lot of one of the like things I have to balance is that I want to make visual changes just because I think they're cool. But I also don't want to be too distracting for the players. One of the ideas that I had was like flashing the like making the pieces flash like grayscale on the actual board whenever you lose points, but I think that could look really terrible. I haven't tested it out though. When I recall AO2, I might make it a little longer, but actually no, never mind. If we're doing live calls, then that cannot happen. The format last year was highest score into 29 and highest score into 39. Early type-outs included, of course. You had to like pick which game you wanted to select for each category, pretty much. One of the things I did consider for that year was to like make it the format that I'm thinking about right now, which is like average of DAS and roll game, or DAS and open game if I want to be like correct. It just I scrapped it because it seems not relevant to what the tournament's format actually was. But now it's literally a DAS roll hybrid tournament, so. Like 2 AO1 calls. Nope. It's the same time. You have to choose. All right. If you're feeling less confident on DAS, then I think you deserve more DAS attempts. And if you're feeling less confidence on roll, then you do more roll attempts. Oh, what? How do you misdrop that? He's building a roof. It's raining here in Seattle because it's always raining in Seattle. The score flash red. Okay, here, I'm gonna make it flash red. Watch what happens to it. You see what's going on? think about the implications of this. Think about why this could be interesting. It's 100. And currently, it goes up to 200 if it's like a 20 hertz tap, and 300 if it's a 30 hertz tap. Alright, I can't exactly do like full roll games right now because my rolling is like extremely horrendous at the moment. But I'm thinking I might bring that down to 100, 150, 200, 250, 100, 150, 250. Whereas does the level change sound? Is the level change sound still messed up? Did nobody point this out? Oh my god, I thought I fixed it! How did it not make its way in? You pointed it out. I'm not able to read every single chat message then. Does it... Okay, I posted a clip in ROM hacking. In the ROM hacking Discord channel. Does it sound exactly the same as that? Oh, that's so funny. I'm so sorry. I tried fixing it. So I only realized that it was a problem like today. Yeah, I also do not have sound on my setup right now, so. Oh, and I lost all the points. Here, let's... Oh. Okay, that wasn't that bad. Let's see if I can get a max out like this. Oh man, your score just vanishes. That's so interesting. Dude, I haven't played Serious 29 in ages. There's no way this is gonna end. Oh my god! It's the exact same. I literally fixed it. What's the deal? Oh, okay, and I can't practice 29 on this because I haven't coded that in yet. And I haven't fixed the leaderboard yet, so like the negative 100 one is the one that's on top. Oh, yes. Okay, how long have we been going for? Okay. So, you know what? I did want to try actually making some changes. So, the score rolls back to... I have an extra variable in there that counts the negative values. Negative 100 is scored as like F99900. But that negative value is not being applied when the leaderboard calculations take place. I'm probably just going to get rid of the leaderboard anyways, so I don't think it matters that much, but yeah. But it might help for like displaying like the most recent score if like somebody like rage quits for some reason. How often do I experience Tetris effect? I don't. If I think about Tetris, it's not because I see like an everyday object. It's because I want to think about Tetris. So I should be able to... You can store the negative values as really small... What? For quals, a game only becomes an open game when you make the first input that isn't DAS. I'm going to be deliberately relaxed with this because I think we should be doing honor... I think honor systems should work for the scale of this tournament. So it's kind of just like a use your best judgment type of thing. Bandy top pretty much. Yeah. Okay, so I do want to try changing the ROM right now, which I should be able to. Just be a little bit. See, that's the other cool thing. You get to see scores like that. Like, when do you ever see the score in a game ever? You don't, because it's impossible. It's like impossible to get at this stage. Okay. So yeah, after this game, I do want to try and get a max outs and like actually like get like a few lines on 29. But once we do that, I'm gonna go and try and make the change, and then you can see sort of how I'm programming all this. I'll share my screen. So this will turn into Fractal Coding Experience in just a short while. Hopefully, I haven't checked all my tabs yet, so hopefully I'm not like... I don't have like any like cringe YouTube videos up. What is the worst YouTube video I could realistically have? I watched a video on Minecraft Steal a Brain Rot recently, so that's probably up there. Love to know. I've been watching so much probably like kids Minecraft contents, realistically speaking. But I do not take a whole lot to be entertained, so it does the job. Lucy, I was watching this one video and I found BenW888 in the comments. A genuine jump scare. Oh, okay, bad. Yeah. Brian's seeing what? When did this happen? Was it one of my like videos? Or? everything. Wait, how did you get that username, actually? That seems like kind of an insane username to have. Talking to Ace, by the way, because it is 3 letters and a common word. You got nerd snipes. Lost 100 points there. I just had to ask. Oh, for real? Dude, I had to become a Twitch partner to get the courage to like ask Twitch support to like give me this username. Did you... Was like... I guess this means like the original like Ace account was like dead for sufficiently long that you just like... Did you just email Twitch support and be like, yo? Oh, losing a lot of points here. Oh, that was almost very stupid. And with that fix, it only became partly stupid. Check DMs to see. Okay. Excited. Need to be careful not to leak DMs, actually. I'm gonna be sharing my... Oh no, 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 no. Okay, okay. Come on. Dude, I might lose the max out. I might... Okay, no, I'm not gonna have a chance, but... I got a line! Let's go! 18K for that. Most of it occurring at the end, I would imagine. Wow, okay. This happened in 2012. Oh, okay, so you just had the account for a while then. That's cool. It's so easy, it's cheating. Oh, check Dangler's Den. Oh, okay, so you're like... Because you can just... Oh, you can do that dash like this. Oh, no, it's inverted for me. Oh, that's so weird, actually. I think my fingers are on the opposite. But yeah. Oh, okay, this could work for me, too. This actually feels stable. But I'm used to having the fingers like this, so if I were to, like, go for the grip, I'd have to... This would be where I get out my old lap desk and basically use DAS the way that I used to. So yeah, the original way I used to DAS when I got controller for the first time was like this. And I changed it out for like the grip arrow, the vertic grip arrow for the memes, but this still works. Arguably better. And I used to have like a table, which was good for tapping, but like if I'm trying not to tap, then I could just do this. And with practice, it becomes viable. You know, I guess I could do this then. Maybe I do play in my own tournaments. Wasn't grip arrow for ergonomics? Not really. That's essentially the reason. Like, the reason is that, like, I had the conversation with Guerrero, and, like, I thought it would be, like, really funny to, like, try and follow his advice to the letter. So the original idea was to do this. Because my mistake was that, like, this was the natural resting position, but obviously it's not. It's, like, having the hands like that, and then this makes more sense. Way too taxing with a thumb. I will do it in some cases, but yeah. I think... yeah, this is the way to go. Oh no, I lost 100 points. Oh, this feels weird. This actually does feel weird right now. I guess you probably can't see it. Oh, that's tough. Okay, no. I used to be able to do this way better, but very much looks like a tap grip. Yeah, that's how it was. You say this looks like a tap grip according to most people. But yeah. Every movement costs points, Venusian. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So the pedantic answer is that every move that resets DAS costs points. So this means that, like, you can, like, press, like, down in the rotation buttons, and those don't cost points. You could do a red fireball if you are one of the 0 people in the world who actually knows how to do this and can use it in a practical context. Can I switch grips here? No, there's no way. Guerrero just looks stupid. No, but people are always like, are you tapping? Is you... And the important thing is, if you're playing with, like, proper DAS form, then you're not going to lose points. Because proper DAS form means that you start pressing left or rights in the gap between pieces. But the other upshot of that is that if you try and, like, slow tap, that's going to lose you points. And if you try and do a quick tap, that's going to lose you points too, because this time you're like tapping the button, but while the piece is active. But if you are a DAS player, then like what you're gonna lose from that is so slight that it doesn't really matter. If you are a roller, on the other hand, then ooh. Ooh, that might be a I saw Andy Fireball, Red Fireball at a, like... There's no way he actually does this, like... He is 11 Hz slow tapper, like, it has no utility over 11 Hz slow tap. Yeah, this is the Thross and ROM hack. And it's gonna be simple. I was gonna do, I had ideas for like a couple of like adventurous kill screens, but I think I'm just gonna stick to DPS. Just so the star attraction can be this. I think the balancing is good enough. Yeah. So I'm thinking if I do make level 18 only 100 lines, then I can I can stick with these numbers as the penalty. Because then Dash is gonna have less scoring power, so I want Rolling to like have even less scoring power in response. And then we have a level 39 DKS. The internet doesn't tell you what that is. It's a very obscure dash technique. I think it was basically invented by Kataro. So the idea is that you can keep dash while switching between left and right if you sort of make a circular motion. My controller's not good at this because it's really clippy, but we're gonna see if I can show it off right now. So if I'm able to trigger it, then you're not gonna see a point deduction. So yeah, I'm not able to do it. Here. It's... Oh yeah, you see? Like that. And I think you need like a crazy mushy controller because it relies on like having being able to do diagonal inputs whenever you want. But I have never owned a controller that can do that. But you can see how on like this one, I'm gonna be very deliberate about it, but I don't lose dash even though I change directions. That one I did because I did it incorrectly. It is the most useless technique in all of Tetris. It's so bad. I cannot stress enough how impractical it is. And how it does not give you an advantage, and how like slow tap. Like you might think, oh well, maybe you have the freaking let me set this up. Maybe these. Yeah, maybe you have the freaking Corian adjustments. Maybe having Red Fireball here is maybe oh no, I don't want to shut this on level 0. And you save the max up from it though, but he could slow tap. He can slow tap. All right, maybe you have like the freaking Corian adjustments, and you have like a T piece. Wouldn't Red Fireball be good here? No, because you can just like adjust and then wall charge in the opposite direction immediately. It saves points in this ROM. You technically have a that is correct. So this may be the first ever situation where red fireball is actually useful. Is it? Oh, is it water? Oh, you're right. Yeah, it is. Is that real? I'm pretty sure it is water, yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of vibe with the dead drop openers. Back when I was trying out like full perfect dash runs, so like perfect, like getting a wall charge on every single piece, that was the meta. Because on the dash trainer ROM, this is the only way that you could avoid like an X. If you can do red fireball correctly, like make a scene of it so that I can notice in commentary, that would be so cool. What is this ROM? It's I call it exhaustion. It is going to be what I'm going to be using for the next Boston events. Hello, cats. Thanks for the raid. I'm showing off a mod that I just created, and I'm gonna be using it for a classic Tetris tournament in a couple months. So the idea is that anytime you press left or right while the piece is active, you lose points. So you can see that right now. So now imagine what this means if you roll. In this case, you're going to be losing stuff constantly. Like, in fact, if you get into a dig, you will actually lose points in the long run. In fact, I made it so that rolling is actually a little worse. Rolling fast is actually like worse. It like subtracts more points. Get fucks low time. Yeah. And the only way to reliably combat this is give me 1 second. To go back to dash, because when you're doing dash, you're pressing left and right while like the piece, like during the entry delay. And I've deliberately made it so that you don't get penalized if that's the case. How's it going, Avi? Yeah. So now, Elf, consider what happens. So obviously this is a ROM that encourages everyone to play dash. But now think about what happens when you reach level 29. So you can switch styles like that, not well, but people can to varying degrees. So what ends up happening is that this is actually a ROM that encourages people to play dash and then grip switch to roll. So what this means is that the people who will win the tournament are those who can play dash and roll the best in conjunction. Forgetting Frixel and it might not be as simple as that. I don't know how well he'll be able to switch. then the other thing is that I want to make it so that like full roll is like not like totally out of the question if you think you could be like crazy and mega efficient. Because maybe it's meta to like selectively break out roll if there's like a long drought. Because if there's a long drought and your stack is higher by the time the bar comes, then that's an advantage that will like propagate. Andy said he would try. He told me this. He told me this at Jonas Cup. So this means in theory we have both Artiagos and Scooty. And then like you add Meme into the mix. You add Cobra. You add Huff, Tristop, Sodium. Like this thing could actually be. Oh, you know who else? We can also add somebody who is a beast at both Das and Roll, Tugendhu. Who will be visiting family in New York. And might be able. It's not confirmed. He's not going to be able to confirm anything. I don't expect him to, but it is certainly within the realm of possibility. Oh, it's Scooty. Didn't you say that like Alex wanted to make it out here too? Okay, no, I gotta announce it soon. I really hope I can. Just need dates to be set in stone. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still so nervous about making it even happen in the first place because this is the first year that I'm trying to do it where I'm not part of MIT, but all the booking has to be done through MIT, and like you can only do it if you're students. So I'm talking with friends that I know very, very well, and I'm guiding them through everything. I've checked through like I think a lot of the necessary stuff, and we've done this 2 times before, so we have established trust. But even so, like there's this level of indirection that is like resulting in things being slower. I am largely at fault in this just by neglecting to like follow up on certain threads. But at the same time, it's also unrealistic to expect the people I'm talking to like constantly be active. So there's waiting on both sides. Really good for schedule. It is actually insane how January 3rd, 4th works out so well for us. It's also insane how inconvenient it is for us. Like, what we have to do. Okay, so like, Lucy, you remember how like we wanted to get Lobdell? Or I think we wanted La Sala, actually. Well, it turns out that one student center only opens on Sunday, so we have reserved the original classroom for 1-3, and I am praying to God that we will be able to use it on that day. but I do not know. And even so, on Sunday it does open, so we will be able to have the larger space. I'm hoping that we can use it to attract some people. We can also just like kind of have it be a better time, like kind of shades of Space City. But we couldn't even get La Sala because somebody else booked it for that day. Not enough students are still there for Saturday. Well, okay, so in terms of MIT students, we will have 2, which is enough. So it will be Luke, and it will be 563. Who, like, by some miracle of God, is still classified as a student by that time. However, this also means that we can't really rent or reserve 2 classrooms like we did last year. And, like, everybody fits in 1 classroom, so I don't see this as much of an issue, but the trickier parts is that I want to be running 8 setups. We only need 2, so... And then with Lobdell is just 1 room and it's massive, so we can do whatever we want there. Yeah. The other thing I also wanted to like run a so the reason I'm doubling the amount of setups compared to what we had last time is that I want to run a silver brackets. Can professors reserve rooms? I think they can, but I don't have anybody that I can actually ask. Like, the only option, I think, realistically, would be Joe Steinmeier, but he is not that involved. Students can do it but they have to do it through a student group that's officially, like, recognized by our, like, student club association. Which, fortunately, we were able to find one. We can't even do it through VGO, so we're not going to have a performance this year. I'm a bit bummed about that, but what can you do? Does the professor have to be there? No, you need 2 MIT students who have background checks. And I believe the 2 MIT students we're targeting already do have background checks. Corollaries? Almost certainly not. There's not going to be anybody. If you wanted seconds, would a prof be helpful? No, not really. The prof does not matter. I think the main reason we actually need there to be this MIT student requirements is, I guess, 1, because like it is like supposed to be an MIT event, so like somebody needs to run it. But the other thing is that the minor risk like the minor protection policies for MIT, because there will be several people under 18, and I'm not trying to hide this, requires there to be 2 MIT students in each room that we reserve. So, yeah. So, we might be ditching silver brackets. Which would be a huge bummer. Let's just put it out, get that out of the way, because I want to, like, advertise it for more people to come in, like 24-person brackets. Every year we have had stragglers, so... Like, actually, I can check, and let's... That was a 9. See what's been done. So, it's just so cooked. Because we kind of have to do it on the 3rd and 4th. You have to do it on the 3rd and 4th because it's so convenient for everybody. Everybody cool. Like, apparently Alex T has break on that day. Apparently Scooty has break on that weekend. And, like, the bigger issue is that I've told so many people to, like, make plans for the specific date that's... Like, I need to... to make sure that it can actually happen. Can we get a bigger room? They don't really exist. Alright, there are rooms that can like house that have more seats, but they're all like auditoriums, pretty much, like for like large lectures, and the actual like space to move around is tiny. If the attendance this year is similar to what we've had last year, then we do have enough rooms, but I don't know if we can do 8 setups. And then like 8 setups with like 2 commentaries, with like 1 commentary per setup, and we're gonna be drawing like crazy power and like streams. And you have somebody, would that somebody like be comfortable with like taking out like an entire day? Because like that's the thing, like we're gonna be like doing stuff for a while, and effectively we are asking people to just sit there. There is actually one other prof that I do know there that's I would even say I am good friends with, but I don't want to like. I would very much rather not have to drag him out if we do not have to, because it's a long commute for him, and bro is an adult. Yeah, and yeah, that's the thing. It has to be in-person supervision, which like makes sense. Like we want to be taking safety very seriously. Can't you rotate? But the thing is, you don't even have enough people to rotate. Like, okay, the other thing is that we do not... And this may be stupid to say this on stream, but like I think we're going to be covered for this specific interest. We do not strictly have to abide by these rules because nobody will be checking them. But at the same time, I am not the one who is liable if like things go catastrophically wrong. It is the club that I am asking to do all this work for me. Because that's the thing. The last 2 years, I was part of VGO, and they trusted me to like take care of stuff, and I could do things myself because I was a member of campus. Now I'm not. Some of the profs might find it interesting. I know, and this I brought up Joe Steinmeier because he actually like very briefly attended, but like, interesting is not enough to justify like what is going to be like 7 hours, potentially like much longer, on a given day. Is this difficult? Now that you mention it, I wonder if I could get Keely to, Keely, I do not remember her last name. She was, the professor of the voice and speech for the actor class. I've talked about this a bunch before. It's one of my favorite classes I've ever taken at school. Oh, and Domain, like, in particular, is, like, omega busy, like, 100% of the time, I would feel. He would find it cool. Oh no, and as I say that, Keely literally like has like a 2-hour commute every single day, so. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pivot. I'm gonna rabbit hole to talk about the speech class because I do love the class. I was taking this class and we were like learning stuff about how to use your breath confidently and how to speak effectively and how to emphasize certain words and how to control your volume. And it was that, I was taking it during the fall of 2024, and you know what else happened in the fall of 2024? Jonas Cup. And you want to know what happened at Jonas Cup? Fractal math. And I genuinely think that I used a lot of what I had learned from that class already during that promo. And if I didn't use it then, I definitely used it in this year's promo because I essentially straight up copied a speech that I gave in the class for like one of our presentations. We were supposed to do like performances of like famous historical speech, and I picked the JFK moon speech. So I modeled the numbers lie after the way that I chose to say we choose to go to the moon. And we worked on that. I worked on that so much. All right, one of the exercises that we'd have in the class is that like everybody would just like walk around in circles, and then like I think we were encouraged to go in like many random directions, just like all speaking at the same time, so that we wouldn't get self-conscious while practicing, pretty much. The JF Kennedy, the John F. Kennedy moon speech. Oh, and I've forgotten so much of it already. I used to have the paragraphs that I practiced memorized. Should have taken that instead of opera. It was so fun. Like, universally considered a filler class because, like, you spend, like, 30 minutes at the beginning of the day just doing, like, breathing exercises. And, like, spend, like, another, like, 10 to 15 minutes just, like, lying on the ground. That's not a joke, by the way. We had yoga mats. This room has a weird level of noise. Yeah, I was gonna fix that. Oh, that's right. I was gonna fix things. Okay, after this game, I'm going to get on my computer, and I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to see the dev process. But this is a pretty good game, so I want to see it through. Yeah, the rotation adjustments are nice. Is the code open source? Yes. You can find it on my GitHub, at least the base. Not this specific hack, I think. I've been keeping it local, but I could publish it. So I guess no, it's not open source yet, but that could change. Oh my god. I have to stick with Dash as long as possible, not because I'm worried about the penalty, but because my Dash is genuinely stronger at this point. But I would like to get the max, so now. Oh, don't you do this, man. Okay, I actually kind of want to line out just to see how it's. Because I think I'm gaining, but it's just like not. It's just like crumbs. That's actually so cool. Oh. Oh. Yes! Oh, and I lost at the end! World Record Zero might have higher, actually. Oh, at least on the earlier build, so I guess that was slightly less punishing. I don't know if that's better than my other ones, all the negative ones. Okay, we're gonna switch over to the We're gonna switch over to my screen. Zero played this. He did. This is actually the second time the ROM has been tested. The first was at our monthly Seattle meetup at the Georgetown Pizza and Arcade. I actually have a reason to ask why the player give up. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna move to the scene that I have Osu, and yeah, you can see my chats right now. Everyone say hi. Hi, me. And now let's go to NestFab. All right, so I tend to I tend to prefer my screens to be like sort of splits. So I like having like documentation on the right and sort of my code on the left. So now the first thing to fix is the transition sounds. So make classic and level up. I did do the changes. So did I just not Python make classic? No, scripts dot make classic. So now if I do make, it changes. Okay. So here, 1 second. Let me go ahead and turn on desktop audio. Let me know if you can see anything. I won't be able to read chat though. Oh, I can. And let's just let's try and clear a level as fast as possible. Oh wow, I can really feel the lag actually. Okay, I should probably make the screen bigger. For whatever reason, my Messen always defaults. To like something that looks extremely small. What? Oh, it's because I moved the skin to a different thing. Okay. Copy skins slash classic slash s of x slash level up into skins slash exhaustion slash sfx slash level up. Okay, so now if we make this, it should work. So yeah, a lot of a surprising amount of time is spent like actually like playing the game, so it's a slight advantage that I'm an above average player. And you can see that this is not balanced for like low level starts at all, and I'm gonna have to think about this if we want to do silver brackets. There we go. Okay, so we fixed your first bug. Okay, so now the second thing I want to do is I want to change the points totals. So before, and that should be easy because I put all the stuff related to the penalty deductions into a file called penalty. And I put this array right here that has a bit of padding and then the actual values. So the 300 is for 30 hertz. And the 200 is for 20 hertz, and the 100 is for like everything else after that. So the reason I have this extra padding is because the thing that's being looked up into this array is the space between the last two taps. So 0 and 1 correspond to things that can't happen because the minimum is 2. So I'm going to change this to 250, and then I'm going to change this to 150. Or no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to keep this, and I wanted to make transition start at level 100. And honestly, I think that's going to be too complicated to do right now, so I might just leave that for later. The other thing I did want to try is I did want to see if we could change the way the scoring looks. So you can see in this file that I have called NMI render, which controls what's known as the tile-based graphics. I have the statement right here. If game render flags and game render penalty. So this means like if we need to like update the penalty animation, then we increment this timer that like specifies like how long the animation should run. And in this case, what we want to do is we want to set at the very start of the animation, we want to set the color of the score digits to red. 16 corresponds to red, and then 30 corresponds to whites. And this right here is the specific color index that we're using. So now what I want to do is I want to shift this to basically overlap the score instead of the score text instead of the score. This was Coldbucket's suggestion. So to do that, we're going to open the graphical program that I use to edit the graphical data, which is called Next. All right, and what we can do is we can open basically all the sprites, and that's in this file called tiles.chr. And now let's go ahead and open the canvas that we had. So this will be under the game, and we load this, then you'll see this. Now, this looks like a bunch of gibberish on the outside, but if you go to the correct color tile palettes, then it all looks familiar. So now you'll notice that these colors don't really make a lot of sense, and that's because the game basically draws from these labeled palettes when drawing the game. So if you want to load in a color palette that's more realistic, I also have that saved. So we go to subpalettes, we click open, and that looks like it makes a lot more sense. That being said, I do wish we had the original one, because it would make this next change that I'm about to do a little easier. So now I want to show a grid. So I have to squint really hard. So this is all attribute 0, and this is attribute 3. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint over this, and you're not gonna be able to see a change, unfortunately. And then I'm gonna paint over this right here. So now what it looks like I've done is I've just done literally nothing, but now let's say we change this color to red. All right, now we can see that the score is showing up as red because it's looking at this while everything else is looking at something different. So if we flash this color instead, which is what the game is programmed to do, and then all will be as expected. So now Cole did also mention that it was a little too dark to see. I wonder if it doesn't matter as much. So essentially what we've done is we haven't actually changed the tile data itself, but we changed the way that it colors. I'm gonna look at chat right now to see if this makes sense. What's the level up sound? Yeah. So yeah, Adrian, it was a relic from an old thing, and I forgot to fix. We can't see the whole code window. Having the penguin sprite active permanently would be cool, in the bottom right corner. Maybe here. Wait, I can't actually see what it looks like. Sorry. Can you see when I'm the layout of the scene? You know what? This is easy to fix. Twitch.tv/fractal on my phone. Do I get an ad when viewing my own stream? Oh my god, I need to do this in a public window. Oh, okay, yeah, this is fine. This is literally fine. So you can't see code right now because I'm not editing code. So now that I've written to this, I want to save it. So I'm gonna go to basically File, Canvas, Save as Screen, and then we're gonna save it right there. Overwrite, yes, and now we can close it. And we don't need to save there. So if we do get status, we can see that we've already changed a few values. What did I... Oh, did I not save these changes. Okay. So now, I guess since I'm feeling adventurous, unused at the top of the code and furthest down is, huh? Wait, let me see what does this look like. Oh, because of my screen, I see. Yeah, I'll move my camera. I not consider that my apology. Oh, no. The screen's just big. I didn't even notice. There. I forgot why I changed this. And you know what? Let's arrange it like this. Boom. Oh, there's the Minecraft. It always signs their commits. It's only because I haven't fixed it, Adrian. I've been too lazy to set it up, and it's probably cost me like several minutes in the long run. At my workplace, I do not do that, and I low-key enjoyed it a lot more. Okay. And I should put this up here. So now what did I want to do? I wanted to change the transition behavior. So really the only, the main things that I care about is reaching level 19 at 100 lines. I'm gonna say for my tournaments that you have to start on like level 12 at least. Like level 9 maybe if the guy is like really struggling. So we have to figure out, so where is the code for that? So I can search for the level up sound right here, and there it is. So handle line counts. And then, okay, check for transition, checks if the line count is a multiple of 10. Right here, and then should transition goes to here. So this is the logic. It is copied straight from the game. All right, so I can actually get rid of this because you're not using a WC. So the reason that this check exists is because as we all know, the current implementation is kind of bugged. So let's actually write out what kind of behavior we want, because if we're limiting the starting level, then we can emulate this quite easily. So let's say if you start on level 0, 10 lines to transition. Start on level 1. Uh, 20 lines to level 2. Here, yeah. And then 190 lines to level 19. So then level 9, it is 100 lines to level 10, 190 to level 19. Maybe this is, and we don't have to like make this exact. So let's say 18. We want to make it like this. We're gonna check chat. Use GPG agents. Yeah, okay, that sounds familiar. Thank you. And then, okay, so level 17 should also be 100 lines to level 19. So that is 90 lines to level 18. There's a way to do this quickly with them, but I forgot it. Okay. 80, 70, 60, 50, 40. So what if I made it so that's 10, 30, 20. Instead, we could make it so that it's 10 lines to level 10, 100 lines to level 19, and like basically level 9 lets it kind of resets. This has to be edge tested though. And then it's using the level number to like figure out how many points to add. So that's good. Oh, this is bugged at level 255. That's funny. I have to make a note of that in my other repo. And you can probably tell why this is the case because then this condition U stands for unsigned bytes, so this is always true. different types of loops can resolve it easily. But we don't need to worry about that for this game. So what should we do? $19. Okay, so hmm. Nines to level 9. Why does the current code now? Oh yeah, okay. I explained. The idea is that like I will always be less than or equal to 255. So this just goes forever, and then the game, and then we get a game crash, which I suppose is technically similar to existing like current game behavior, but not really what we want to be doing here. So all right. Oh, if you're asking about the transition code, it's because I want to transition at 100 lines just so the games are a little shorter. So let's say if level number is less than 9, then we want to check then lines bcd.a. So this is like the second digits. Needs to be greater than level number. Else then okay, I can call this false level. No, we can't use that. Freak.
I wonder, am I losing viewers? Oh, yeah, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the tricky thing is that if I do this naive comparison, then it's just going to recreate like the big stall that happens with earlier start logics, and I do not want to do that. And let's say, what, 200 lines to level 29? And now I want to make it so that the next threshold is... Like, I want to make level 29 should transition after 10 lines. Does that make sense, though? I hate bad data structures. Because yeah, the tricky thing here is that level number is stored in normal decimal, but like the lines I'm storing as BCD value. So there's some conversions that I'd rather avoid. Why does level 10 go straight to 18? Oh, these are because I copy pasted badly. Oh, yeah. So I can fill this out. Minus level number greater than 0. I'm still not entirely 100% how comparisons work when the numbers can be small, so I think this is just save this. S stands for signed, by the way, so this is how NestFab supports negative numbers. Naively, else if level number is less than 20, and then else return true. Okay, I think this works. The first transition should always have start level +1 mod 10 times 10. Yeah, the tricky thing is that the start converting that to the BCD is inconvenience. And I think it will actually be better to kind of just split it out like this. Because so basically the commonality throughout all of these is that the first transition happens without needing the first digits, which is stored in an entirely different field. So we can do this, I think. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, the divided by 10 is being represented by the shift right by 4 because binary coded decimal. Okay, now we can copy this. And now this equals 10 at floor level 18 equals 11 for level 13. So now we can say return level number minus false level. Here, I wonder if I can just move this over. And then, yeah, oh my god, testing this is going to be so obnoxious. False levels, so is greater than 1, I think. So now we can get rid of this. And that should be the new transition behavior. So let's go ahead and run it and see. So we'll do a level 9 start just to test. I also thought about maybe instead of like having the score be like statically decreasing, like we could have an animation, but that animation also might involve having to like implement real arithmetic. So the funny thing about the way that NES Tetris implements addition is that if it ever tries to add a number that has digits 6, 7, 8, or 9, it will die. It will not work. It will be bugged. Oh, what am I doing? Why am I not pushing down? Oh, no, it's not. Alt 3. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, this is the other nice fun part about like testing. You can cheat. Oh, okay, so it transitions to No, that was correct. That was correct. That's correct. Cool. So, okay, and now we can spend a little more time on level 18. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I like the score. The way the score flashing looks. Yeah, we're just gonna try and get to 100 lines, and if we transition to level 19, then it will have done its job. I wonder if the audio is like super scuffed, because you can like hear this and Oh, that is not good. Oh, and it's because there should be less than 3. Yeah, what was happening was that the level number was hex 1, 2, and the false level was hex 0, 1, and that was obviously the case. Okay. Right, and the reason that the sign is flipped is because these other ones have the order in the opposite way. Okay. So glad we tested. The really good thing would be if I were to have like a like kind of have like some I'm not even Stack Rabbit, just like a poor man's AI, just like go crazy. And I think it would work pretty well because like because Messen 2 rewinding is so good. I swear it makes it easier. I swear it's for testing. But yeah, you ever wonder why people don't trust emulator PVs? This is why. It's so easy. You can do it without even thinking. I was going to do it there just so I had a slightly nicer stack just because I wanted to. It had no real purpose. I do want to keep it to a minimum just because like the goal is to get 100 lines as fast as possible just to see if it works. If I was really try hard, I'd turn it up to 150% speed and try and play the game that way, but... Actually, why don't I? That's just 19 speed. I can live that. The reason that the sound effects get messed up when you like increase the speed is that they're very frame based. So it's like at this frame you're playing this unit of sound and then you're like waiting for the next instruction. Oh my god. And now all of a sudden, when you have to go at 150% speed, like the frames are like being overlapped. I wonder if this is slower in the long run because of line clears. Surely not. Alright, so moment of truth. We're in the last 10 lines. We're gonna see if the level has transitions. You know what? Okay, you just had to make it hard for me. There we go. Okay, cool. And yeah, okay, that seems to be working correctly. That's very good. So having to enter in my password each time has been a little more annoying now that my keyboard isn't working as well and is like missing several keys too. But yeah, there we go. That's code. So we're gonna go ahead and actually load. I'm gonna go and load that in right now. The goal has not been to DAS 1.3. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go load this in to my NES, and we're gonna test it out. All right, 1 second. I wonder if the stream got a little choppier there. No. Yeah, I'll play one more game and then I'm gonna sign up because I'm actually feeling tired and I'd like to take advantage of that and fall asleep before. Oh, the sprite burn is so funny. Yeah. Oh, does down not work? Oh, I need to fix that. Okay. But the good thing about this is that I'm finally playtesting my my recreation project. Nadia. Mike, back to cutting briefly. Oh yeah, no, I think I didn't change that. Okay. So let's see. Let's see how many points I'm losing now, because I think it might actually be. Just about where I want it. Dude, I thought, oh, oops, I need to press rewind. Freak! No! Bao, this is a new version of the game. This is a mod of the game that I made. That subtracts points anytime you, like, press left or right, pretty much. You know, you'll see people say all the time, you know, I don't understand why anybody would cheat, really. Like, it just seems so wrong. And you'd have to be making that decision every single time you choose to do it. And then, meanwhile, I feel like, oh yeah, I completely understand. It's addicting as fuck.
When you start cheating, it's difficult to stop. Yeah. These same people will like point to like the volume of like cheating that occurs as like evidence to like how horrible it is. Like, as in like cheating more means that like you're worse of a person, proportional to like the amount of like things you cheated. I've never thought it works. I've never thought it works that way. I think it feels it ramps up for a few times and then it just becomes the new normal. Cheating instead. I was watching Technically Potato War videos the other day. They honestly do hit different. It feels like so many modern gen YouTubers are trying to like recreate it. I'm sure somebody certainly does know Andrew Neep. Oh, I'm about to transition. Shoot. The other thing about like transitioning this way is that people might feel sad that their scores are less. And I think this is a like pretty legitimate concern because large numbers hype. You know? So one of the ways, and I'll probably talk about this more when like there is a bigger audience when I'm testing this next. Oh no, what are you doing? I shouldn't have gone for that, I never hit it. I'm gonna top out right when we hit kill screen, just because I want to see. Where the input count stands. Okay. Techno gotta be a top 1 YouTuber all time. He was honestly just different. 193. Okay, that's actually really good. That was rolling the entire way, so if you try and optimize, then you can shave off. Not like all of it, but like probably a decent amount. So, but yeah, thanks. So without the penalty, I'd be at 960-ish. Which actually for like 200 for like without like the extra like 130, 150k from the missing 18, that's actually pretty good. So now what would be realistic? So now let's in totally unscientific fashion, let's play a DAS game. Oh, what? Oh no, because I lost in the first one. Yeah, so if I instead did it like 100, 150, 250. Could somebody in the YouTube VOD or just like Lucy, like if you could rewind, you're the only one I trust math skills in. Figure out how many fewer points would I have been deducted if I used 100, 150, 250 instead of 100, 200, 300. Because I think that might actually be like right about the sweet spots. And it would fit nicely into the limitation of needing. Only, oh, I completely forgot what I was talking about. What the hell, man? Getting old! Penalty of 165,000 instead of 190. Oh, okay, that's like slightly too low then. Well, maybe not. Because I'm comparing peak DAS versus peak roll, but maybe I should be comparing like slightly worse DAS versus peak roll because top rollers I don't think really distinguish themselves in the pre. I don't know, it's weird. You have to be like really good at DAS in order to get the high scores consistently, but I feel with roll it's much less like that. Though I don't know, they're inconsistent rollers, so. Anyways, I figured you, Lucy, Andrew, like probably watch more Tetris than I do, so maybe you have a web. And you also do stats, so you probably have a better idea like what people can realistically get with playstyles. Because the other thing is that DAS players just straight up die. Well, this is a very good game. Like, I might straight up... It has a potential to match the roll score. Even with, like, even if the roll score didn't have any penalties. So probably not a great single point comparison. Haven't followed much. I've been so checked out of it, I feel kind of bad. Wait, why is this just max out pace right now? Okay. I need a better roller to get some numbers on this for me. Your message has a lot of words, and this bar timing is crazy. I haven't needed to burn. Like, oh no! Oh no! No! Okay! What is this pace? This is basically a max out into 26. If I get those extra 30 Oh no. Oh no. Oh, okay, GG, I threw it. Okay, I'm just gonna send it. Oh, that was stupid. Okay, GG. That's ridiculous. Up until that miss drop, that was 1.2 pace. That's, oh my god. Okay, I'm just like that then. Nice. I'm designing this ROM to be used in my tournaments, and I want to keep match time shorter. So I'm thinking, I got rid of 30 lines of level 18, so that should be like 1 to 2 minutes per game. which could add up over the course of an entire tournament, right? Probably would have been, yeah, low to mid B. And I had the max outs. Or I had the 900K into 26. I had the 900K into 26. So if we add like 140K, 160K, if you're feeling lucky, that's already a mid-A. So Hepta, here's the actual gimmick for the map, for the ROM hack. All right, observe what happens when I roll the piece. Do you notice anything funny happening? Oh, that's so severe. Oh my god. I like can't roll. A little too good at the moment. Ah! Oh! If I rotated it, Seavol Sam, thanks for the raid. Can you play 29 for this? Oh, that's the other thing I forgot. I forgot to add 29 starts to the ROM. So probably not today. That's gonna be one of the things I add before we do the next testing, which I hope to do later this week. Play 19 though. The way that it's balanced right now, I'm actually a pretty big fan of, because once you reach level 29, it becomes very difficult to gain points. Unless you get Tetrises. Yeah, so Hepta, the thing that I really like about this is that there's actually... I think the strategy for this mode is actually quite deep. So from your understanding, what is the optimal way to play? Is hybrid viable? Exactly. Because this allows you to play on levels 18 through 28 without losing any points, and then play on level 29 with the possibility of gaining even more. So technically the condition is any move, any input that causes DAS to be resets. Any input that resets DAS loses points. And you lose more points if you roll fast. So if you're playing normal DAS, like I am right now, you're going to see me not losing any points. You can see the score does not flash red. And it's because I'm pressing during the entry delay, so I'm not actually moving any pieces. But if I were to slow tap or switch to roll, then I start getting penalties. On the contrary, slow tapping is very much allowed. But you get punished for it. I think this is like one of the properties. Like, if it isn't clear enough, I really like this idea because I feel like it's finally the blend of like introduces like more nuance into the game that wasn't there before without being unnecessarily complicated. Like, you are allowed to do anything you want. You are allowed to roll. I think there will be people who just choose to full roll in the game, and they might even have the advantage against certain players because, one, they can survive, and two, they might be able to stack so efficient that the scoring deficit doesn't even matter. You gotta be really good if you want to do so. And I do want to make it so that Das has an advantage, at least in the traditional gameplay. Oh my god. The game is literally never over until both players top out. Oh, waiting for Voss when the lead loses by rolling a few times. Yeah, it could happen. It could happen. If you get stuck into a dig, you have to kind of have to like tough it out. And right now, I think it's balanced to where like lining out in digs might be chill. But the other thing to consider is that when you're that high up, you're going to be doing more 30 hertz rolls, and that's going to hurt a lot. 30 hertz rolls cost you 300 points instead of 100. No, but level 29 is feasible. You just have to get Tetrises. Lucy, if you still have the numbers from earlier, what does 100, 150, 300 look like? I think maybe that's like the actual sweet spot that I'm hoping for. And I should, of course, need to do like samples over like a lot of games. I think my gameplay will be good because I probably adjust more than most people. Actually, it doesn't matter because I don't adjust in ways to where I have to go back. 171, yeah, that's actually super good. That might be exactly what I want. So let's try it out with this game. It's a level 19 start, so hopefully we can check that the transition is what I want. I want it to transition at 110 lines. The cool thing about like dash adjustments is that like I think in the long run they are still going to be very beneficial, especially if like you can use them to like get Tetrises where you wouldn't have gotten them. Because even as long as like you're using like normal dash like most of the time, you're still not going to be losing a ton of points. Oh, is the penguin nearby? It's very nearby, yeah. Yeah, I'll make this my last game. noise, not gonna lie. Yeah, I swear my rolling is just worse than my dash right now. Do I know how many points a roller would lose roughly in 100 lines? That's what we're trying to figure out right now. So we've done, we have one test mark. Come on. We're trying to get a second. I suspect we won't need that many measurements though. Oh, this is so bad, man. Oh my god. Okay. So full game, that's horrendous. That's like an 850. And yeah, again, 190k. That's wow. That's a lot of inputs. So here, what's minus 50 points? So yeah, that's also like basically 170k for 100, 150, 300. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's the move then. Because I'm not getting that many 30 hertzes, so yeah, this is good. This is really good. This is really good. What is the motivation for the name Exhaustion? So one, the idea is that like pressing the button takes energy. So like the efforts and energy that it takes to like roll and like mash buttons is reflected in your score. The other reason is that exhaustion is a word that kind of fits this and also has every vowel in the alphabet exactly once. This is not my fault. They made me like this. I'm not sorry, Andrew. Andrew, you know there's a prefix of your most recent message that is super vocalic. Luke also went through my music ratings to say a 6. It is eternally funny to me that the smartest, like the greatest prodigy that I have ever met and will ever meet, and the most brain-rotted person I will ever meet are the same person. Negative max I went. Oh yeah. I did kind of want to try this. Okay, here's the challenge to get as low a score as possible. This is kind of hard. $100K is kind of challenging, actually. You still need to clear lines, yeah. I guess you want to clear just like it's like min out strats, but like just like tiring. Oh my god, dude, no, my hand is destroyed. This is the actual exhaustion mode. Getting the lowest score possible. No, I'm actually gonna ruin my hands like this. Okay. Yeah, barely any 30 hertz too. Wow. So yeah, I'm gonna actually make the change right now to change the penalty to 300, 150, 100. And yeah, I kind of like that. I like how this scales similarly to line clears in the game. So there's a bit of a precedence for the difference, like to jump up super dramatically. So yeah, no, I'm so excited about this. This is the greatest I have felt for Boston formats. It improves on so much from the previous years. Like counter picks were like kind of cool, but like nobody, like didn't even matter because everyone kept dying before we got to the actual stages because people weren't adjusted to the room. Speed Hack was cool and had like some depth, some jank, but which is all like good stuff. But it was also super complicated to explain, and is the part that like people can't practice that much. This one is just play more DAS. Anybody can do that, even if you don't have access to the ROM. And like the strategy is, it's still like play good Tetris, but you have to do it in like both the play styles, and the rule set naturally encourages this. Like it's to the point where I feel like it could legitimately be something that can exist beyond just a one-off thing at my tournaments. And the idea in Boston is we're working on it 90% January 3rd, 4th. But we need to confirm rooms and like make sure that like we can host the events. And it's trickier this year because I'm not part of MIT anymore. So I have to do it through another person, and communication becomes more difficult when you do everything async. But we're gonna really try and make it happen, and I think we can. So yeah. All right, that's the end of the stream. I gotta get ready for work tomorrow. I almost have to get ready for school. Oh, easy raid. I'm trying to think of a raid message. Okay. Raid message is Edric Colber Carton. That is raid message. Thank you so much for watching. This was fun. I think this initial testing session for the hack went extremely well, and we're gonna try and do another one soon. So take care.